Hi, Greg the Brickitect here. Today I have a Lego pickup to share with you. This one came from Walmart. It is Lego Movie Set 70807 Metalbeard's Duel, and I picked this up on clearance for $20, originally $34.97, and I was absolutely stoked to pick this up because my Walmart never puts Lego stuff on clearance. And I happened to be walking by and I saw 3 of these there and I was like, that's a no-brainer, got to pick that up. I kind of regret not getting the other 2 considering how cheap it was, but I think this will be a lot of fun to build, so let's get to it. And here's the finished build. As you can see, it includes 3 minifigures, a micromanager, and of course Metalbeard. Next I'll take some time to show you each of the elements of this set. First we'll start with the minifigures. From left to right you have Robo-Skeleton, Robo-SWAT, and Frank the Foreman on the right. I really didn't think these minifigures were really even necessary for the set. I would have bought it even without them, but it's nice they threw them in, and there are some really nice ones. I really like the skeleton. I don't have anything like that in my collection so far, and that's really nice, especially when you're doing a series like Minifig Monday. Now, the Robo SWAT, I do have that minifigure already, or something very similar to it with another polybag that I built. And then, of course, Frank the Foreman is just a nice character to add into the collection, and one day I'm going to have Emmett, so he'll be a nice accessory to him. Next we'll take a look at the micromanager. To be honest, I really wasn't that excited about getting this in the set. I really just wanted Metalbeard. I know it's Metalbeard's Duel, but I kind of felt like this was just to add on to bump up the price of the set. But once I built it, I was really pleased with it. As you can see, it's sort of like a mech in a lot of ways, so I feel like there's a lot of moxie you can make from this. The legs obviously move up and down like this, and you kind of just have to find the right balancing point to really make it work out, because it's kind of top heavy, and if you don't have it lined up properly, it's going to fall forward. It's got some arms on the front of it that move around, which is kind of nice, and then the legs kind of turn back as well. On the front, the lighting's kind of bad here because this thing's so dark, but it's got some red lights on the front, as you can see in the movie, and then on the side, it's got some missiles that do the flick fire, so that's kind of cool. And in the back, there's really not a whole lot going on back there. But I thought this could be used for a lot of other stuff, and to also make some mocks from this set, which you could easily do, incorporating Metalbeard and a lot of these leg pieces. You could really make some awesome stuff with this, so I was really happy that they included it into the set, and I kind of changed my stance on that after I built it, so I am happy about it now. And finally, you have the main attraction of the set. This is Metalbeard. He was the reason that I bought the set, other than the great price, but it was an amazing time putting them together. It was almost as though you cannibalized a Lego Pirate set, which I guess is the premise of the movie, that he kind of just pieced himself together. And as a result, there's a lot of awesome pieces on him, and there's a lot of unique features, which I will show you here in the next few shots. We'll take a quick tour of all the cool stuff that he has, because there is quite a bit of it. We'll start with Metalbeard's torso. This is where he gets his name from. He actually has a metal beard. And off of that metal beard, which I believe is a unique piece to this set, there are some chains that go over to his shoulders, which I like that look. And then on his chest, he has a chest, which is kind of ironic. There's a lock on it. And then when you open that up inside there is a bone and a sausage, which I guess he's protecting. So he's keeping that locked up there. And other than his torso, I would say his arms are probably the most unique feature of him. So I'll show you those next. We'll start with Metalbeard's right arm, which just so happens to have a shark on it. So if you don't have a shark in your collection, there you go. You have one now. And of course the mouth opens and closes, so I thought that was kind of neat. But the coolest thing about his arm is his hand. His hand actually opens and closes. He's got a thumb there which moves in, and you can touch these together, so you can obviously put something in his hand, and I like that a lot. There's a lot of dexterity to this because he has a ball joint not only on his shoulder, but also on his elbow here, and there's some gold accents, and there's so much you can do to move that around. I thought that was really nice. But then moving over to this arm, he's got 2 cannons, so he's definitely got some firepower there, and those kind of move around a little bit. And then he's got a little bit of a crank here that you'd find. And then also he has the wheel on the back, which would be like a ship wheel, and there's some weight on the bottom of that, so it kind of stays still there. And that arm also moves in a similar fashion, so you can do a lot of stuff with his arms, and I think that is the best thing about him. If this figure does have a weakness, it's probably in his legs. There's not a whole lot of movement here. This moves forward and back, but his peg leg doesn't have a whole lot of stability to it, and a lot of times I'll find him kind of falling over. This leg moves forward and back as well, but there's a little bit more movement there with that ball joint, so you kind of have to use this leg as the planter leg, and then kind of just position him just right. He's fallen over quite a bit, which is kind of sucky, but it works out well. What I do like about the peg leg, even though it is kind of the weak point, is this anchor on the back, and then of course there's a chain with it too, and I like the way that looks quite a bit. And then this one just has something on the back there for stability with the slope. Just to show you the whole thing, here's Metalbeard's back. There's a mast that rises up the top, and that's a bird parked right there. And then the really cool thing about his back is this sword, which you can put in his hand. That is a really nice sword. Very happy with that, and I think that's a nice accessory that they add on, and I like the way that's clipped in there too. That's really cool the way they did that. So you can kind of clip it in there, and that kind of is where he stores it. And you can get a good look at the wheel on the back here and then the anchor. So there is some detail all around this figure. And then there's a closer look at some of the stuff that's on his back that kind of holds him together, just kind of ship parts for the most part. And then his shoulders kind of have these gears on them, which looks pretty cool, kind of like shoulder pads. So that's a look at LEGO Movie Set 70807, Metalbeard's Duel. My original thought on this set was that I was wishing it was just a $10 set that just had Metalbeard, because that was what I really wanted. But after picking it up for $20, which is a pretty good deal, and then getting to build the Micromanager and also enjoying the minifigs, I'm really happy that I picked this up, and I think $20 is a great value. $35 I think is still okay, just for the fact that Metalbeard is just so awesome and there's so many great pieces on him, like I showed you. So I would definitely pick this set up again, even if it was full price, I guess. But for 20 bucks, no-brainer. Glad I had it. I hope you enjoyed the review, and there will be plenty of more videos up here soon. So thanks for watching.